See Montana Today starts right now.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm Heidi Miley. We have some updates on the coronavirus to get to, but first let's check in with Brady Brewster in our Severe Weather Alert Center. Doesn't look too bad this morning, Brady.
Yeah, Heidi, not too bad out there. You know, it is a little bit chilly, but we are going to be seeing those temperatures warm up pretty nicely throughout the day. First, let's check out our sunrise times. We'll be seeing that sunrise within the next hour and a half here, 7:32 around Missoula and Kalispell, down in Butte and Bozeman, around 7:26. In Butte, 7:21 down in Bozeman, and we're staying sunny until nearly 8 p.m. right now, so we're seeing quite a bit of sunshine. Now, you're going to want to get outside and enjoy it, especially down in Bozeman, because we're going to be seeing some very comfortable temperatures today. Starting in the 30s, we'll top out in the upper 40s, some more clouds than what we saw yesterday, but we're tracking a pretty active week. Most of us seeing at least a mix of rain and some snow and maybe even a little bit of accumulation come Tuesday and Wednesday. I'll let you know who, where, and when coming up in my full forecast. Heidi?
All right, thank you, Brady. Montana keeps confirming more coronavirus cases. In 10 days, they've multiplied from 4 to 34 cases in our state. The coronavirus now touches 11 Montana counties. Gallatin County leads with 10 cases. Yellowstone County has 6. Missoula County has 4. Cascade and Lewis and Clark counties both have 3 each. Now, the danger in Gallatin County may be the most troubling. Officials can't track some cases there back to, say, any travel history, to someone who traveled, or to exposure to someone known to have COVID-19. An untraceable spread like this is called community spread. However, officials also say the cases aren't related to one another.
This is not surprising. We've known this day was coming, and we've been working hard with partners to prepare the community. As a result of that work, our advice for the public also is not changing dramatically. The greatest advantage we have over this virus is our own discipline and willingness to distance ourselves from others.
Gallatin County health officials say they're not considering further restrictions for certain businesses at this time. There are new changes in the way the state of Montana counts cases of COVID-19. Officials will now count out-of-state cases in our state's total. The Centers for Disease Control guidelines do not include out-of-state residents, and Montana officials do acknowledge their numbers will differ from the CDC. Our state and CDC numbers will look a little different. We now also know more about the Ravalli County's first case of COVID-19. She is a teenager exposed to the virus after traveling internationally. The state removed her case from the website Friday, sparking a little confusion there, then added it back in once the state confirmed she was a Ravalli County resident. We're learning more information about a Kalispell regional healthcare doctor who tested positive for the coronavirus. Officials say the doctor likely exposed 14 patients and 9 other healthcare workers. They say he recently traveled outside of Montana. Since the doctor tested positive, workers have extensively sanitized areas at Kalispell Regional Healthcare.
The concern of everyone, I think, is that the virus will be more widespread than it is right now. Again, at this point, we have no indication that there's any person-to-person community transmission of the virus within our valley, and that's a good thing.
Officials are advising those affected healthcare workers and patients to self-isolate. An emergency funding package fails its first test on Capitol Hill. Christine Frizzau brings us the latest on this from Washington.
It's the latest step in this unprecedented crisis. The federal government sending in the National Guard to the hardest hit states, California, Washington, and New York. FEMA has also been directed to deploy large medical stations with thousands of beds to those regions. President Trump tonight listing off supplies already en route.
Respirators, surgical masks and gowns, face shields, coveralls, and gloves with large quantities already delivered to Washington and to New York.
The president also reacting to news a friend and colleague, Republican Senator Rand Paul, tested positive for COVID-19, with at least 4 other Republican senators deciding to self-quarantine upon hearing the news.
They're getting quite close to home, and it's a terrible thing that's going on. The hidden enemy, I call it the hidden enemy.
Down the road on Capitol Hill, an emergency relief package with a price tag inching close to $2 trillion failed in a procedural vote.
The motion is not agreed to.
Both sides back to the negotiating table following major concerns raised by Democrats.